Welcome to the new Audi A1 and something of a bit of a luxury. Now, usually when we get to show you around a new car, it's at a motor show, which means swarms of journalists and photographers all trying to get a look at the same car. But here we are in an abandoned warehouse in Germany, months ahead of this car being revealed. And that's handy because this is a really important car. This is the second generation Audi A1, one of Audi's biggest sellers and the most affordable way of getting into an Audi. So here we will show you around everything there is to know about this latest premium supermini.
The A1 is longer, wider and lower than the car it replaces and will be built by Seat at its factory in Martorell, Spain, as it shares its new platform with the Seat Ibiza. It's available as a 5-door Sportback model only, and its inflated proportions makes it a lot more practical, says Audi. The 335-litre boot isn't quite as large as a Volkswagen Polo's, but a folding rear bench increases that space to 1,090 litres. The design is a lot bolder too. The single-frame grille and 3 air inlets that sit below the bonnet are said to be inspired by the iconic Sport Quattro from the 80s, a car that the A1 shares absolutely nothing else with.
Now, the Audi A1 might be the German brand's smallest car, but this is a small car with some real big car tech. So if you think back to the old A1, that car was a bit of a mess inside, really, with buttons and dials all over the dash and an old pop-up central screen. Now, in the new model, it's been totally transformed. There's a new 10.2-inch colour display on the central dash, which operates exactly like a smartphone. You can check the news, the weather, navigation, and all that sort of stuff. And it's adopted from the Audi A8, the flagship saloon. Elsewhere, there is a new digital dash, a new digital dials behind the wheel there. There are no analog dials, so there's some real big car tech in here. Elsewhere, there is a wireless phone charging dock, lots of customization, ambient lighting, different coloured inlays. This is a car for what Audi calls its younger customers, and they're really into personalisation and speccing different colours and different materials. Now, as well as all the transformation in terms of design, behind the wheel, this car feels significantly larger. This car is much wider and much longer than the old car, and you can really feel that up here behind the wheel.
There's also a lot of safety kit on board too. Lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control and a reversing camera appear on the A1 for the very first time, most of which are likely to be optional extras. As for engines, there are 3 TFSI petrols. Like a growing number of car brands, Audi has dropped diesel from the A1 range altogether. A 1-litre turbo is available with either 95 or 116 brake horsepower. A more powerful 148 brake horsepower, 1.5 and 197 brake horsepower 2-litre complete the range for now. All are front-wheel drive. A flagship S1 is expected to join the range at some point next year. But what do you think of the new A1? Let us know in the comment section below.